Hello friends, today I want to show you how to set up your old Nintendo Gamecube for streaming on your PC and or your HDTV using a little device. So let's get going. Oh, but before I forget, if you like this content, please don't forget to subscribe, check the little bell so you don't miss out any new content. Okay, now let's get going. So this is the deal. I have an old Gamecube. It's a model called DOL001. It's the one that has both a digital and analog outputs. It has its power supply, but it does not have an RCA cable. Why is that? I don't know. I lost it, I sold it, I lent it to someone. I just can't find it. I don't know what it is. But I do have a Nintendo Wii component cable, so I thought I could use it, but I can't. The Wii component cable is not compatible with the digital or analog outputs on the Gamecube. Now, even if I could use a component cable, I could only set it up on my HDTV, which has component inputs at the back, but I can't connect it to my Elgato card at the back of my PC for streaming, so the problem remains. So I looked online and found some YouTube videos that talked about it, and found a few options, some more expensive than others. Like the Carby by Insurrection that offers one HDMI output for $79.95. Or the OSSC for roughly $400. Or the official Gamecube component cable for $550. Or the famous FrameMeister for my thought exactly. So at the end, I decided to go for the GCHD Converter by Eon, which is one of the cheapest options I saw at the time of this video. The reason I like this device is because for a price of $180, this non-mod digital converter allows to output the highest native digital resolution from the Gamecube to any HDTV lag-free. It offers one HDMI output, which I can use to connect to my Elgato card. A component output which is compatible to my Nintendo Wii component cable, which allows me to connect it to my HDTV. And a third one that allows me to output the audio only, to connect to another device that I please. That is 3 outputs in one device. Let's do some tests on OBS while streaming. I'll stream at a bitrate of 4500 and I'll use the NVENC encoder on my GTS 1660, which should not create any problems, but I am curious to see if there's any lagging while playing. First, I played Metroid Prime. My first impression was that resolution-wise looks pretty good on OBS. It shows a small window showing the actual resolution, and it does this every time there's a change in resolution. I guess that could be annoying in the long run. Right off the bat, I noticed the blacks looked a bit crunchy by default. I couldn't tell what was the background and what was shadows. However, on my HDTV, it looked less contrasty. Maybe there's a setting on OBS I should adjust to correct that. Gameplay-wise, I was able to play just fine. The controller was responsive as expected. The second game I tested was F-Zero GX. From the very beginning, the game gave me the option to use progressive scan, and I noticed a little improvement on the image. The game played well at 60 frames per second, and I experienced no lagging whatsoever. It's been a long time since the last time I played this game, that it took me a while to get used to the controls. I can definitely sense the progress in controller technology. Only until now that I've been playing 16-bit games, 32-bit games, all the way to PS4 and Switch games, I can tell how much better it is right now. Can't wait to experience next-gen controls. Another game I tested was Star Wars Rogue Leader. This game also played well at 60 frames per second. No lagging, and I was able to play on both OBS and on my HDTV, no problem. There was one problem that popped in one game. That game was PN03. I noticed some horizontal lines that appear during cinematics and gameplay. I intentionally turned off progressive mode to see the difference, but both progressive and interlaced looked not that great. However, it didn't affect gameplay at all. So that was my experience with the GCHD Digital Converter. So if you want to revive your old Gamecube and want to revisit your old games before you sell them on eBay, give this a go. By the way, don't forget to stop by on Twitch. I stream Fridays and Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, if you have comments and suggestions, please write them down below. I'll be happy to read your feedback. That is it for now, and until next time.
Enemy sighted. Request.